I'm Chris Williams with 12 News, and alongside Arizona Republic senior reporter Michael Kiefer. Michael, good to see you. We spent a lot of time in court together. You cover courts unlike anybody else in the state of Arizona. And now you're tackling a really interesting topic about misconduct. What exactly is prosecutorial misconduct? We hear it tossed out in court.
Well, it's sort of a slippery thing to define, Chris. I mean, we're talking in this series about improprieties that could be considered misconduct, but it's a range of things. It could be something so simple as what they call vouching for evidence, saying, well, you know this is true. And it can be as serious as withholding evidence that could show that the defendant is innocent.
There were a lot more cases of prosecutorial misconduct confirmed than you had thought when you went into this story.
I went back of the last 11 years of all of the death sentences that were reviewed by the Arizona Supreme Court. In half of those, there were more than 80 cases that were reviewed. In half of those, there were allegations of misconduct. In, again, half of those allegations, some of those allegations were in fact confirmed. And again, it was a wide range of behavior. But the fact remained that of all of those allegations found to be inappropriate or misconduct, there were only 2 prosecutors who were disciplined, one with a short suspension, one with disbarment, and only 2 cases that were thrown out. Now, I should mention that the more egregious instances of misconduct never make it that far, because what happens is the case ends in mistrial because of it, or what also happens is when the prosecutors realize that there's a problem with the case, they might settle it quickly for a lesser sentence.
And these aren't just prosecutors who are trying to make a name for themselves or working their way through the ladder. Some of these people have been recognized as Prosecutor of the Year?
In several instances, some of the most prominent cases, yes, that these are prosecutors who have been named Prosecutor of the Year for Arizona.
So if not everyone is being found guilty of misconduct, what's the real risk for a prosecutor to not push the edge of the envelope?
Well, that's it. There's very little risk. I mean, and the possibility is that if a case gets thrown out, I mean, you could wind up with some very bad people out on the street because of a prosecutor's action. However, the courts are very hesitant to go to that extreme. There have been discussions in the Arizona Supreme Court about specific prosecutors saying, what can we do about this short of throwing the case out?
Is it that many watch trials from afar and they feel that the prosecutor wears the white hat, rides into court, and fights for truth and justice, but is it that you're finding that in some cases winning is more important than the truth?
Right. The prosecutor is supposed to be the good guy. You're not yet. There are actions that are taken. Some of them are passive aggressive, in terms of delaying discovery, and some of them are overt. And it varies. It's not every prosecutor. It tends to be the same actors over and over.
All right, Michael Kiefer, senior reporter with the Arizona Republic. You can continue to read this series throughout with a lot more detail. Michael, thanks for joining us here on azcentral.com.